Hi everybody, this is Jamie. I hope that everybody is recovering, for those of you who had too much fun yesterday on St. Patrick's Day, and now it is time to go back to work. So now that it's over, let's kind of talk about, or a continuation conversation about the law of attraction that we started about yesterday. One of the things that I really want to spend some time talking about today is a continuation about becoming a master. And one of the things I really want to talk about is how to master happiness and how to master you. And I'm going to send out a short video like this every day until we kind of complete a conversation on being a master of the law of attraction. But most importantly, it's about learning how to become happy. And the reason that I'm saying this is, you know, on a consistent basis, I get the privilege of talking to people who, quite frankly, you know, they're looking for something more in their lives. A lot of people right now, especially with a lot of things that's going to happen or happening in our world, as a lot of us believe that there is something amazing that's happening on a worldwide scale. We know that the evolution of consciousness is starting to penetrate, and that there's more light that's literally coming into our world based upon, you know, where we're at in our solar system. And if you follow Mayan theology or astronomy or astrological events, there's a lot of amazing things that's happening right now. But one of those things that is kind of threatening a lot of happiness right now is a lot of the past coding, if you will. You know, a lot of us were raised in environments, and we were raised that when we think about our self-happiness, or to think about, you know, loving ourselves or kind of taking care of ourselves, there's a little bit of the guilt and shame that goes along with that. And I'm a big fan of studying the law of vibration, and there is an idea that you know, different emotions have a different vibrational scale, and this is not only proven by a lot of individuals. We can feel it in our bodies for sure, but at the same time, there's a lot of scientists like Dr. David Hawkins, and he has done a tremendous amount of research. And in the study of the human biofield, which is what I'm very passionate about, we can actually see that based upon our coding in our past, our experiences of our past, we can actually hear the frequency in our aura, if you will, or our biofilm. We know that through the Calerian photography, we can actually take a photograph of our aura, or take a photograph of our soul, if you want to call it that. But we can also hear it. Some people can see it. And but you know, here's the thing about it. When we're talking about becoming a master, and what does it take to become a master? Obviously, it takes practice. And when people practice and they think about practice, what they really do is they kind of practice things that they already know. But what a master does is a master takes a task, or looks at a talent, and start to focus on and start to really, really give attention and intention to that new task or that new talent. And when you really put some intention and you really give it a lot of a focus, then obviously it's going to become easier and easier and easier. So I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the talent of taking care of you, because a lot of people really don't know how to love themselves. They have been grown up in environments where everything's about taking care of everybody else. And so I kind of like the analogy that when you're flying on an airplane, you know, when you're flying on an airplane, the flight attendants always tell you to put on your mask first before you even help your children. And this really kind of makes sense. And when I was in the military, one of the cross trainings that I had to do is go through first aid and medic school. And the reason that we had to do that is because if somebody got hurt, who was the medic, you know, and then other people get hurt, obviously, you know, you want to be able to take care of your buddies. And so when you learn about first aid or being a first responder, what is the very first thing that you learn? And it's not the ABCs. That's kind of the most common answer. But the very first thing is you have to make sure that you're safe. because you cannot enter into an environment and help other people if you yourself are not safe. So I want to talk about love and mastering love, because you know, a lot of you have a lot of responsibilities out there. Your sons and your daughters, your husbands and your wives, and your partners and your lovers, and you know, your students. And the thing about it is a lot of people just don't take the time to really appreciate how amazing they are. The God-given innate abilities that you have. Your body, for example, is so amazing. And when I study the human biofield, obviously I'm studying the body and how to heal it and how to lose weight and how to become happy and how to release emotional triggers that, you know, stem back from our childhood. But here's the thing. When you think about practicing, most people who are not masters, they only practice the things that they already know, and that's great. But a master will use deliberate practice. That's a very good word. And deliberate practice means that their time and attention is really based on this. Their time and attention is based upon really focusing in that area. And so what I'm going to challenge you to do is figure out different ways on how you can love you and how you can take care of you. And I know that you're busy, and I'm not saying to like just throw the kids outside or, you know, throw a pizza in front of them. Well, I guess a lot of people do that. But I'm talking about, you know, even taking 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes with deliberate intention and attention to you. And it may be just a nice warm bath. I love the term that one of my former friends used to say. She used to say it was a princess bath. And even guys, I mean, come on guys, sometimes it's nice just to take a nice hot bath, but do something special, you know, throw a candle in there, play some nice music that you like. Or if it's not bathing or bathing or taking a shower is not your thing, I hope it is. I really hope it is. You won't be invited to my house too often if you're not regularly showering, but just kidding. But anyways, but maybe it's just finding 10 to 15 minutes to read in your favorite book, or just meditate, or take a walk outside. But just something where you can reconnect with you. And this is one common trait that I do not see the vast majority of people doing. So, you know, make it a deliberate practice. Make it a constant thought process to be able to love you. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to kind of challenge you, because this is a big thing that I recommend with all the people that I work with, and that is to start a journal. Now, I have had a journal. I have to admit I haven't written in it every day, but I have had journals for many, many, many years. My grandmother taught me this as a very young child, and currently right now with my schedule, I even use an app called Penzu. And I'm not getting paid by Penzu, but I recommend Penzu. They have a free version and a paid version, but this is an online version. You can put it right on your phone. You can talk into it. So keeping a journal is very, very important. Now here's what you're going to do. When you're keeping a journal, you just want to write your thoughts. What are your dreams and what are your wishes? A journal is private. A journal is for you. A journal is just to explore your imagination, just to explore your deepest thoughts. And if you do it online, you can even lock it so that nobody actually gets into it. But the important thing is to begin to focus on taking just a couple minutes each and every day and appreciating how wonderful you are. Because if you don't do this, you continue to fall into patterns. And those patterns are part of the same humdrum situation where people get frustrated. And when they get frustrated, they get depressed. And when they're depressed and anxiety hits and all the stresses in life, they really kind of lost focus of who they are. And I don't like to see that happen. But at the same time, if you don't take care of you, and if you don't take a couple of minutes just to love and appreciate all that God has and all the beauty that's around us, well, you're missing out on a big part of life. And so let me know if you have any questions, and please make sure that you like and subscribe to these videos on YouTube and Facebook if you are enjoying them. If you have any specific things that you would like for me to talk about as a transformational coach, you know, send me an email, send me a message, and you can do that at, I'll list it on the video here. But today, again, learn about mastering you. Learn about how to master love. Learn how to make your world a little bit brighter and a little bit better. And I hope to see you soon.